Hey there, folks. This is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play of Raidou Remastered, Mystery of the Soulless Army for the PS5. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon. Links in the description at the bottom. Alright, so last time we made it through all of episode 0, where our boy Johei, where he's now officially become Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th, and he got this little fuzzball here, Goto. So yeah, now they're off to go and what was it again? Oh yeah, basically make sure the capital doesn't go blowing up from demons and whatnot. And to that end, we're going to be joining up with a detective agency, the Ruby, which, any hardcore S&T fan may recognize. Okie doke. So, all travel's been made arranged by our new bosses, so off we go. And so Raidou Kuzunoha began his new duties in the capital. Between his academic studies and detective apprenticeship, he did battle against demons, and he did it all he could to help the citizenry. Such were the busy days he spent in the capital. And now... Yes, Taisho Era 20, the capital. All caps.
Been over 60 years since the Meiji Restoration. The capital, once known as Edo, well, let's just say it's growing fast. These days, it's all about being modern. Cash and science are king. No one has room in their hearts for spirits, gods, and the supernatural. But, make no mistake. To this day, they lurk in the shadows, watching and laughing at us. But here, in the Taisho era, we're the only detectives that specialize in that sort of thing.
You're listening to Sakura Dayama Radio. Early yesterday morning, another unexplained disappearance reportedly occurred. This is the latest in an ongoing series of bizarre events. Eyewitnesses have reported seeing a strange red-shaped monster at the scene of the incident. As the local authorities continue their search for the culprit.
Yes, this is the Narumi Detective Agency.
Hello? Hello! You're detectives, right?
Yep, I just told you that.
The kind of detectives that take any case, right?
Cute. But we only take, special cases, if you catch my drift.
I have this problem. I don't really know what to do, and I want to talk to you about it.
Uh-huh.
Please, could you meet me at Ushigome Gaidi Bridge right away?
Listen, kid, I'm sure you're a nice bird, but I'm not in the mood for prank calls. Where are your parents?
No, I mean it! I'm telling you straight. Please, sir. Please, help.
Hey, hello? She hung up. So she needs us, huh?
Well, can't exactly say no now.
Guess we're on the case, Raidou.
Alright, looks like it. Well, could have been worse. She could have called Devil May Cry. Yeah, Raidou and Dante probably would get along pretty well, wouldn't they? I take it you're our mystery caller?
Excuse me, are you from the Narumi Detective Agency?
Nah, we're
That's
pizza
right.
delivery
I
then.
assume you're the bird who gave us a call?
Yes. Well,
Listen, sweetheart, any other time I'd hear you out. But it's late and it's raining buckets out here. You should head on home for tonight.
sir, please. This can't wait. I want you to kill me.
Excuse me?
Kill you? Hey now, miss, you shouldn't joke about things like that.
I'm almost 16. if it happens, I...
Oh, this is, Oh, crap.
Watch out!
Ah, you fool! Was that you, Reynolds? That is not Reynolds.
What? Whoa! Wait.
Aw, did you practice that? Adorable.
Raidou!
These hours, obstacles shall be eliminated.
Well, these guys are tough. Barely even scratching these jokers. Ooh. I've noticed. And you are a pain in my ass.
Do not pursue the girl.
Well, she never considered payment. I never said anything about payment, so guess I'll just take this as a down payment.
We haven't heard so much as a peep about that incident from yesterday. I have heard a lot of weird rumors about that bridge. Like folks disappearing, then showing back up out of nowhere. Maybe that bird from yesterday really is involved in the sort of stuff we deal with. And the way she asked us to kill her? Didn't like that one bit. Not to mention those Red Soldier guys. Hey Raidou, think you can look into that business from yesterday? Client up and vanished right under our noses. We can't just sit around twiddling our thumbs, can we?
Hell no.
You noticed it too, didn't you, Raidou? Those red special guards were demons. The Kuzunoha can't stand idly by with those things prowling the capital.
Great, then if that's settled, I'll leave the investigating to you, Raidou. I'd go, but it's easier for you anyway. What with those demons of yours and all.
It's not that simple, you clod.
See? Goto says, "Meow, you're so smart." Not that I speak cat or anything.
Yeah, whatever. They're
Ignore him, Raidou. Let's just get to work.
all right. Yeah, sure, John. You and your demons can fully recover HP and mag, as well as cure status ailments simply by returning to the Ruby Detective Agency. Though difficult to admit, the place must be quite comforting to us. Even if it does have a bit of a hot air problem. Let's see, how many save files we got to play with? 20. Okay.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Here you go.
Oh, an allowance. Thank you.
Stop by Konoya down the street before looking for that girl. Who knows? Could find something useful.
Well, better than nothing, I guess. Alright, let's take a look at what we got to work with here. Let's see, objective. Not that it was necessary for Ruby to remind us, but one of the fundamentals of investigation is information gathering. First, we should look around here in Tsukudocho, where the girl was kidnapped. And keep in mind that, as a devil summoner, you can leverage the power of demons. Noted. Summoner skills, Devil's Feint, Art of Confinement, Demon Commands, Controls Observation, blah 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 blah, yeah. Summoner Know-How. Yeah, given all the notes you've taken and study you've applied during your time in the village, I have no doubt you'll utilize this journal effectively. Let's see here. Let's see, knowing when to heal, blah blah. Let's see, what to do next. Let's see, what game? What am I going on about? No matter. The purpose of a game is to be enjoyable. To that end, if a fight isn't going well, you can always try opening the battle menu and selecting escape. So you break the fourth wall, then immediately rebuild it with crazy glue. Okay. Let's see, since ancient times, the movement of celestial bodies has been understood to carry mysterious power. The moon and sun have a great influence on Earth's ecosystems, and demons are no exception. You'll find that the phases of the moon changes as you move about the field. The moon phases can affect a number of mechanisms. One such mechanism is demon fusion. During a full or new moon, fusion accidents may result in unusual demons. Fusion accidents that occur during other moon phases apparently may increase the stats of the resulting demon. Additionally, there may be unique effects when using a Mitama Order demon in demon fusion during a full moon. The effects of the investigation skill Demonstrate and the passive skill Scavenger or Loose Change are also influenced by the phases of the moon. Interesting. Gunplay, blah blah. Stunning enemies, yep. Art of Confinement, Commands, blah 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 blah. Important terms for the investigation. Ushigome Gatiri Bridge. And let's see. A bridge located in Tsukudocho and Yaraiku. It's a constant subject of gossip due to the frequency of anomalous occurrences related to it. Specifically, there have been reports since ancient times of people suddenly disappearing when they visit the bridge, and missing people reappearing. There's also where that mysterious girl was abducted by those red special guards. The mysterious girl. Let's see. Let's see, the mysterious girl. A girl who called in the Ruby Detective Agency for help, but was abducted by the Red Special Guards, see entry on Special Guards, at Ushigome Gatiri Bridge. Identity is unknown, but has distinguishably long hair, and her attire, a school uniform, indicates she's likely a student. She said some very peculiar things like, "I want you to kill me, and I'm almost 16. And the Special Guards. Mysterious figures who ambush us at Ushigome Gatiri Bridge, and abducted the mysterious girl. There are multiple assailants, but their identities are unknown. However, they recognize Raidou as a devil summoner, so they clearly have some level of insight into our trade. Perhaps most importantly, though, they gave off a peculiar aura. It's difficult to explain, but those with plentiful experience fighting demons can recognize it. which leads me to believe they must be some type of demon. Let's see, demons, devil summoner. Let's see. Important terms in general. Alright, starting off, let's see here. A name used to refer to the many different entities in the Dark Realm. It can refer to devils, apparitions, monsters, phantoms, evil spirits, anything from beings that exist outside the realm of religion to deities that have fallen in battle. Demons have existed all over the world since before recorded history and are regularly spoken of in legends and folktales to this day. Humans are frequently easy targets for exploitation by demons, owing to the fact that demons often boast superior intelligence, strength, and spiritual power. As such, demons have no reservations with regards to preying on or possessing humans to sate their hunger for magnetite. Demons have involved themselves in many incidents throughout history. However, information about such involvement is never made public due to heavy regulation by organizations that oversee these matters across the globe. For us, that's Yatagarasu. In areas of the world exhibiting so-called free press, governments work to ensure that the truth is swiftly rewritten, as to continually hide the existence of demons. Yet the fact remains that there are victims who suffer at the hands of demons every day. Thus, as devil summoners, it's our covert duty to protect and rescue those people in the hopes of one day restoring peace to this world. As it stands, there is no need for the masses to know the truth of demons. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. The devil summoners. Individuals capable of commanding demons. After the Meiji Restoration, the name was carried over from the West and became mainstream. I used the term myself. Devil summoners live in the everyday world, yet are also familiar with the world of the shadows. When societal order is disturbed or the destructive tendencies of human nature go unchecked, it's their duty to act as mediator between both worlds and restore balance. To that end, devil summoners employ the demons of the Dark Realm as tools to resolve occurrences in which the world of the shadows threatens to encroach upon the everyday world. Which is to say, they settle conflicts that are beyond the scope of ordinary humans to settle on their own. Devil summoners have existed since ancient times. They have often been affiliated with the various leaders and authorities of their respective eras and have consequentially influenced human history to a great degree. Their highest priority is to prevent the world from falling into chaos, and it is for that purpose that they diligently and secretively slay demons. No matter the circumstances, it is our charge to tread the darkness, our actions unacknowledged by the rest of the world. Well, somebody's got to do it, so demon allies, also called familiars or shikigami depending on who you ask. In order to command a demon, the handler must have spiritual power equal to or eclipsing that of the demon. I've also heard there's ongoing research into the use of machines that replace a spiritual power. Might want to invest in that. This term is also widely thought to imply that devil summoners think of these demons as more than simply pawns. However, we do well to not forget that demons view humans as beneath them. Additionally, their abilities far exceed that of any humans, though this is why they make useful allies, and the combination of these factors make careless contact with them dangerous, potentially even fatal. A devil summoner must always bear these truths in mind, no matter how harmless the demon may appear or how much time or trust is invested in them. It is worth noting that the demon allies do have loyalty towards their handler, the development of which could lead to more amicable working relationships. Magnetite, often abbreviated as MAG, is a microscopic living mineral carried in the majority of living organisms, humans included of course. It can be found in the atmosphere and within inorganic matter as well, and is thought to have electromagnetic properties. Mag grants life to living beings and is necessary for demons to maintain physical bodies in the real world. It's said that mag changes color relative to human perception of color, depending on the nature of the individual it inhabits. Though normally green, it takes a more reddish hue when associated with wicked individuals. The art of confinement. The art of sealing a demon within a tube or other summoning instrument, or seizing that demon's various possessions. To utilize the art of confinement, the summoner must have spiritual power that equals or eclipses that of the target demon, as well as a vessel to contain said demon. Demons technically don't fit inside these tubes, only a demon's information is stored. The exact science is ambiguous, but using knowledge of demons passed down since days of old, we're able to utilize a practice not dissimilar to the preservation of dry foods. Adding water to a dry mushroom will return it to its original form. Likewise, with a demon's information in hand, we can restore its original form as well. In more detail, we first use the art of confinement to capture the information of the demon. The demon will be unable to maintain its form and seemingly disappear, and seal it within a tube. Then to summon that demon, we withdraw the information from that tube and provide it with magnetite from within our bodies. See entry on magnetite, restoring the demon's true form. To return a demon to the tube, we simply perform these steps in reverse order. What exactly is this demon information, you ask? It's the reason that demons have existed since ancient times. There are beings that control wind, cast lightning, bring rain, and lead humans astray. As they show themselves, we give them names. They have affinities, and we categorize them by order. All such details are unique to that specific demon, and the total information required to form a demon is enormous, though somewhat dependent on the demon's level. Additionally, the details of demons may have been known since long ago, but these demons may periodically change their abilities, and some have even had their information lost, or more accurately, forgotten over time. There are also cases of demons that rebelled against influential figures of their time being intentionally erased from existence. To succeed in the art of confinement, it's necessary to analyze the demon's body and decrypt the information necessary to recreate it, a method similar to clairvoyance or second sight. By discarding unnecessary elements, only the critical information is retained. Needless to say, this process requires exceptional spiritual power and technique. Raidou Kuzunoha. Year of birth unknown, age late teens, occupation devil summoner and detective apprentice, height 175 centimeters, weight 65 kilograms, residence Narubi Detective Agency Yaraiku, favorite food Daikaku Imo with lots of honey. Special note, offered his real name to the Kuzunoha clan and took on the name of Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th. Raidou Kuzunoha the 14th is calm and quiet, or perhaps just overtly shy. Yes, I'm talking about you, the one reading this notebook. The name Raidou comes from one of the 4 devil summoners, who were credited with laying the foundation of the Kuzunoha clan along with its founder. The name's origin has a long history that supposedly dates back to the Asukusa period, and the Raidou lineage is associated with the belief systems of Shintoism and Onmyodo. In order to assume the name of Raidou, one must endure rigorous training in the village of Kuzunoha. Currently, the Raidou name is sitting on its 14th generation. However, accounting for those generations by merely counting to 14 would be to oversimplify matters. Devil summoners can use the power of magnetite to extend or shorten their lifespans, and there was even a time when the name wasn't succeeded. Most devil summoners who assume the name of Raidou are tasked with safeguarding the capital. Outwardly, Raidou the 14th, Yu, is but a detective apprentice at the Narubi Detective Agency. His real work, however, is that of a devil summoner, accepting orders from the supranationalist organization Yatagarasu. See entry on Yatagarasu. And leveraging his position as a detective to gather whatever information may be necessary in helping him purge the real world of demons. Beneath his cloak, he carries several demon-slaying tools, a sword engraved with the Kuzunoha crest on its handle, a specially made gun, and multiple tubes for sealing demons. Due to the secret nature of his true occupation, it would be unwise for him to risk revealing his equipment, so he can't remove his cloak, even during the summer. I feel a bit sorry for him. Yeah, that's gotta sweat him. Oof. Safeguarding the capital entails defending the lives of its everyday citizens. It is difficult and often thankless work, but it is for this reason that I ask you to focus not on the glory, but rather on the much more noble goal of simply keeping the peace. In uneventful times, Raidou the 14th regularly attends Yumizuki High. However, as a result of the duties attached to his name, it may be difficult to form and maintain lasting relationships with his fellow classmates. In lieu of this, I would urge you to seek satisfaction in your studies, and the knowledge that they'll prove beneficial not only for your education, but in the shaping of your character. Right, yeah, so you're a friendless loser, so just bury yourself in books, you nerd. Let's see, Goto. Forgot. Age, no use remembering. Occupation, partner to the current Raidou Kuzunoha. Let's see. In favor of food, steamed mackerel. Certainly not catnip. Interest, witnessing the growth of Raidou the 14th. Official name is number 1 through 48. Due to certain circumstances, his soul now inhabits the body of a black cat, though he stands out among more pedestrian cats thanks to his jade eyes. Currently acting alongside Raidou the 14th as ordered by the Kuzunoha clan. Can accurately measure one's height and weight at a glance, likely superfluous information, but noting it just in case. Offers advice to Raidou with a tendency to go slightly overboard at times. Because Goto has a deep understanding of the dangers involved in the duties of a devil summoner, he champions the importance of remaining cautious when carrying out missions and wishes to instill the same mindset in Raidou. Though this otherwise positive characteristic can occasionally have the unintended consequence of overindulging in instruction and other chatter. That's why this sentence is so long. As Goto isn't actually a cat, he has full command of human speech. However, only devil summoners and demons can understand him. Ordinary humans hear only the cacophony of an everyday cat when he speaks. His speech pattern is somewhat old-fashioned, which contains implications as to his approximate age. But further information on this topic is both unnecessary and frankly awkward to write about, so let's move on. The name Goto Doji can be interpreted as one who fights while bearing the burden of having disregarded the rules. This refers to the apparent violation of precepts of the Kuzunoha and consequent retribution. As for the truth of the matter, perhaps I'll fill you in some other time. And as for the Kuzunoha clan, a group with superhuman powers that's endured for more than 1,300 years, dating back to the Asuka period. Their livelihood involves the extermination and handling of demons. The Kuzunoha are not concerned with their public appearance, and instead supporting the country from behind the scenes, eliminating demons and returning lost souls to the underworld in earnest secrecy. The Kuzunoha is trained in the clan's village from a young age, but only those who are able to overcome rigorous trials may be acknowledged as devil summoners. Of course, this applies to the 14th as well, and as a result of his recluse lifestyle, he knows little of the outside world. Among those few who are recognized, even fewer exceptional individuals, between 0 and 4 at any given time depending on the circumstances, can be chosen to succeed one of the names of the founding 4 devil summoners. The name Raidou is one of those 4. The Kuzunoha clans work with the supranationalist organization Yatagarasu for generations. Incidentally, there are 3 pine trees in the ceremonial hall of the Kuzunoha village, where you succeed in the name of Raidou, that represent the 3 creator gods of Shintoism. These trees appear similar to a tree of life from another country. Like the Kabbalah? The pine trees themselves symbolize the world of the gods, while the walls and magic panels to the sides of each tree symbolize the world of humans. Therefore, the ceremony of name succession is held at the symbolic boundary between the 2 worlds. Hitogata, a kind of doll as it were, refers to a katashiro or nandemono doll to transfer impurity. Common people use them in festivals or ceremonies celebrating their local gods, whereby they exercise their taint and transfer it to the Hitogata. In the Kuzunoha village, they are used as targets in combat trials, since they become a type of demon upon transference of taint into them. They're capable of moving and attacking, but are hardly a threat against a professional devil summoner. However, they make perfect opponents for beginners or for training, assuming there's an experienced summoner available who could use Hitogata to begin with. Defeating a Hitogata also exercises impurity for the person who would have transferred their taint into it, so its defeat kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And hiding one's true name. After achieving the position of devil summoner, it becomes necessary to hide one's true name, as it's linked to the handler's spiritual nature, intelligence that can be taken advantage of by demons if learned. Thus, Kuzunoha handlers, mainly devil summoners, record their names in a register kept by the Kuzunoha village, thereby entrusting their real name to the clan. The devil summoner will then go by their appointed summoner names, such as Raidou, only revealing their real name to those they can trust. The register is also protected by a powerful barrier erected by the village so as to safeguard the names from demons or any malicious third party. There was a time when I too offered my name to the village, but I have long since forgotten what it was. Regardless, I have no need for it anymore. The tubes. Vessels made of pure iron designed for containing demons. Ordinary people lacking in spiritual power are incapable of using them. There are but few craftsmen with the ability to create these tubes, thus the ones received from Yatagarasu are typically the only ones devil summoners have access to. Come to think of it, I've never met a tube craftsman myself, and I have no idea where you might find one. When a handler focuses their power into a tube, it will open automatically, releasing the demon within. A demon can also be returned to a tube in the same manner. Tubes are suffused with the handler's magnetite, usually notable as a green light. Additionally, there are numbers engraved in an ancient script onto tubes that indicate their contents. The capital. This is where we live, the Far East according to many world maps. Though often simply called the capital, the city's official name is Tokyo. And the Taisho 20. Taisho refers to a particular era in our country's calendar system. On the Western calendar, Taisho 20 will be around the year 1931. As is currently unfolding, this period seems to be characterized by the masses struggling against government oppression, attempting to combat a sluggish economy, and fighting for democratic reform. At the same time, a new mentality has the modern youth embracing ideas of free love and artistic expression. Thus, despite the tumultuous state of affairs, the people are full of spirit and the era overflows with charm and wonder. Well, at least there's something going on. Yatagarasu, the supranationalist organization, has existed since ancient times and works behind the scenes in our country. It's comprised of various individuals with superhuman powers, primarily devil summoners. The Kuzunoha clan is affiliated with this group. Yatagarasu is descended from the Yamatsukami, not the original gods of this land. They never hold explicit roles within any government or other leading bodies, but have acted as a supporting faction throughout the ages. Their leadership has changed countless times, but their stances have always remained the same. However, their involvement remains secretive, and the public, by and large, doesn't even know they exist. In fact, our own only point of contact with them has been through the Herald of the Nameless Shrine. Call me cynical, but I would recommend against getting too deeply involved with them. Incidentally, they also backed the Ruby Detective Agency. Yumizuki High, the school that Raidou the 14th attends. Thanks to Yatagarasu's support, his position at school is stable despite any periods of absence due to his Devil Summoner duties. Several other students with circumstances similar to the 14th also attend. The school actually specializes in preparing its pupils for careers in the profession of teaching. Truth be told, I am rather uncomfortable knowing that Yatagarasu holds influence over such an institution. Yeah, it definitely sounds like prime grounds for indoctrination. More than a little bit sketchy. The Nameless Shrine. A deserted shrine in Shinoda, unreachable by riding a capital streetcar to its final station. The shrine has a solemn air about it that seems to befit the fact that the god on the mountain upon which it was built was once worshipped as a god. Perhaps due to its unusual atmosphere, visitors can never be found frequenting the place. The multitude of beetles don't seem to mind it though. Regardless, those with the proper knowledge, like us, can follow a set of steps to call upon the Herald of Yatagarasu, providing a line of communication with Yatagarasu. The shrine's adorned with raven symbols, likely alluring to Yatagarasu, although some theorize that these patterns more closely resemble those seen in foreign lands. The guardian fox statues to the left and right of the shrine's staircase each carry tubes in their mouths, the same sorts of tubes used to contain demons, illustrating the Kuzunoha clan's connection with this location. The shrine's washstand doubles as a hidden entrance into the trading hall. Incidentally, Nameless Shrine is just an alias that we use for this place. It likely has a proper name, I just don't know what it is. Let's see, the Herald. Let's see. Wait, no opportunity to check. Residence unknown. Unknown. Ideal partner unknown. Interest, national stability. A messenger of Yatagarasu tasked with relaying messages and delivering supplies to Devil Summoners, specifically the Kuzunoha clan, namely Raidou, can be reached at the Nameless Shrine in Shinoda, west of the capital. Always wears a black cloak that covers the eyes and obscures the face. Voice and manner of speech seem to resemble a young woman's, though I can't be certain. Knowledgeable in magic, including the ability to perform the ritual of entry, allowing Raidou access to the Dark Realm all over the capital. The Herald of Yatagarasu is indispensable for us in carrying out our duties and investigations. The Mystic Eye. Let's see. A divine instrument we received from the Herald of Yatagarasu. This mysterious scope-like tool can instantly reveal information about demons' combat attributes. Perhaps access to the Akashic records? It's essential for identifying the affinities your enemies are weak to, and what's more is you can use it as many times as you like. The Ruby Detective Agency. A detective agency based in the Ginrokaku, a multi-story building in Tsukudocho, Yaraiku. Despite the office's ordinary appearance, the agency focuses on special cases, occult in nature, and serves as our home base. The head of the agency is his namesake, Narumi. Raidou the 14th lives here, learning the ins and outs of detective work as well as performing routine tasks such as cooking and cleaning. In other words, Narumi's busy work. I suppose having easy access to someone able to do combat with demons wasn't enough for him. I'm also taking up residence here. Every evening after school, Raidou gets a lamentably small pittance of spending money from Narumi to buy food and other necessities. Sometimes I'm able to get a decent meal for the fish market, making it worth tagging along whenever possible. On the surface, it seems like the Ruby Detective Agency hardly gets business, which begs the question of how the rent in such a pricey locality can be afforded. As it turns out, the agency is backed by Yatagarasu, who pays the rent and offers other financial assistance. Not sure of the specifics, though. I'm sure that it's needed if the Ruby can't even pay its own rent. The support is what keeps the business afloat, despite the apparent lack of clientele. In exchange, Yatagarasu is free to use the Ruby Detective Agency for its own purposes. For example, it was on Yatagarasu's orders that Narumi took Raidou in to begin with. And yeah, Narumi himself. Let's see, date of birth 1898, age 32, occupation head Narumi Detective Agency, favorite food, coffee and hashed beef rice, ideal partner, long hair, maybe, clearly hasn't given it much thought. Head of the Narumi Detective Agency and officially Raidou's superior, always wears his derby hat, fun and easy living are the words he lives by, and it certainly shows. At first glance, he seems irresponsible and evasive, but in truth, he carries a strong spirit. always rushing to the aid of those in need, and standing up to whoever would trample the less fortunate underfoot. He's amassed an extensive network of connections, so it would seem he's no ordinary detective. However, he's not particularly keen on discussing his past. Narumi and Kinkakuji Temple. Sometimes, only when he's busy, Narumi will build a mono Kinkakuji Temple on a matchsticks to proudly display. It appears to be a fairly popular pastime. According to him, working his fingers stimulates the brain, which in turn bolsters his concentration in active cases, but it's obvious he's just avoiding work. In the name of perking up his sluggish mind, I have made it a point to topple his matchstick temple each time he's about to finish it. Let's see, how to use the DLC. For your reference, I've added some entries to the Detective Journal under important terms. Investigation. These include the fall of the capital, Tokyo Millennium, and Daidoji family descendants. I gathered the information for these entries from demons that pass through the Arakawa corridor, and they concern the mastermind behind this case. Spoilers, you might call them. As such, I would suggest you only read them after we resolve the Super Soldier case. So yeah, endgame spoilers, shush. And the Raidou glasses. It would appear that these glasses are already in your inventory. They can be equipped or unequipped by opening the menu, navigating to items and consumables, and finally selecting Raidou glasses. Keep in mind that the effects of these glasses are purely cosmetic. Use them as you like. Alright, well, got ourselves a absolute butt ton of info, info dump there. Alright, let's finally get out here and actually do something. Okay.
Godspeed.
Adios. All right. Objective and the map. As your investigation proceeds, the current objective will be updated as needed. Oh. Oh, thank you. Can I help you?
Help.
Alright, let's see what's on this guy's mind. It's that kid from the Narumi Detective Agency. I can't tell him. Detective Cosmo is over there in the crisis while I'm staking out the agency. Can't let slip to everyone the agency's a suspect in the kidnapping case. Come on, just get out of here. Oh. Oh, well, that's a bit of a bother.
Oh, Raidou dear. Did you and Narumi get up to something last night? This Detective Cosmo brute was bombarding me with questions first thing in the morning.
Alright, let's put a little pep in her step.
I didn't tell those coppers a thing! Here, take this. Don't let those uniforms boss you around.
Oh, thank you.
That emblem on your hat's a Yubizuki high crest, right? Golly, the rumors are true. The guys there are much better than the pathetic boys at our school.
Well, I mean, hey, if you're ever in the neighborhood.
No need to ride the streetcars now. Let's focus on the investigation.
Alright, fine. Alright, let's keep an eye out for and see if there's anything shiny. Ooh. Oh, where you going, Key? Hmm.
Just as I was passing Konoya, my little brother here says first words. Komaden! Komaden! Look how happy he is! What's Komaden, though? Do you know, mister?
No. Alright, let's see what's on. Oh, we can read the baby's mind? Okay.
Komaden is under Konoya!
Huh?
I can make 100 new friends there. Buddies, playmates, demons.
Okay, so that kid's a lot smarter than he looks.
Hey.
Mommy, buy me a chocolate chip. We'll get one on the way home, dear. No, I want one now. Buy it. Now, dear, the red tape snatches away children who don't listen to their mothers. You just what?
Yeah, so shut your crap hole. That's the old-fashioned sweet shot, Kugizen. An employee inside is discreetly munching on a competitor's Western sweets. Ooh!
Trinkets from all over the world end up in Konoya, the capital's finest antique shop. Hey, you're the new guy from the Narumi Detective Agency. Well, no window shopping.
Yeah, no, I hear ya.
You know the saying, time is money? It means I don't have time to talk.
Straight to the point, eh? A strange... so we have skill cards here. Okay.
That, huh? Yeah, it's quality, all right. Of course, I'll need to be paid in full. Thanks, kid. That, huh?
Objective and map. Yeah. Konoya, an antique shop in the Kurokogawa shopping district located in Sukudocho, Yaraiku. The store boasts a proud history, according to its owner. On the surface, it's a simple general store run by a foul-mouthed old man, and based on the shop's appearance, business seems to be doing well. Thanks to the owner's dealings overseas, more than just everything goods can be found in stock. The shop contains dangerous inventory, used primarily by devil summoners, unavailable to the general public. It seems the secret side of the business is where the real money's made. And also of note, the establishment's basement has been rented to Dr. Victor. And the owner. Let's see. The owner of the antique shop, Konoya. The store's done business in the capital for several generations, and the current owner is a distant descendant of the founder. I think I haven't really looked into it. So enthused is he with his business that he carries his account book with him at all times. His only interest seems to be money, to the point you might call him greedy, and collecting art. And he's almost unsettlingly friendly to customers who tend to purchase large quantities of goods, and hardly speaks to those who don't. Though generally miserly, he does spend handsomely when it comes to artwork. One can only hope this level of a necessary expense doesn't hurt his business's future success. While many of his patrons don't exactly operate above board, he seems uninterested in his customers' backgrounds, and is unaware that Raidou's a devil summoner. He rents the basement of his store to Dr. Victor, Although Victor doesn't seem to actually pay rent, but instead supplies the owner with access to rare items from overseas. But he has no idea who Victor is or that the basement's been remodeled so extensively. He truly seems to have little to no interest in other people, or non-people for that matter. Well, hey, as long as he keeps his mouth shut, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, speaking of Victor, it looks like Victor's out at the moment. Oh.
Leaving already? I'll come back soon. Bring more money.
Right. As long as you keep on bringing the goods, I'll keep on bringing the cash. Thank you. Alright, couple extra supplies, and... let's see, Tofu Shop, notice posted. Shopkeeper's ill today, will open later in the afternoon. Okay. Yeah, always good to go rummage around town for supplies. Dessert parlor. Alright, good. Nice little place to go and pick myself up. Alright, just a shrine, okay. Oh, so that's where these cats are going to. Yeah, it's probably nothing, but whatever.
Pardon me, sir. No one is permitted to enter without an appointment. Terribly sorry, but I must ask you to leave.
Yeah, I figured I'd just do some investigating on my own. Nothing lasts forever, and the Daidoji bloodline is no exception. With the head of the household as good as gone, that distinguished name has become tarnished. And when you think of Yoraiku, first thing that comes to mind is probably the Daidoji family. You see the path behind me? If you head that way and into the hills, you'll find their mansion. Alright, well, let's light a little fire under this guy.
What?
To hell with that Daidoji mansion. I'd never be able to afford a place like that even if I worked 100 lifetimes. The rich always get richer and the poor get poorer. This is unacceptable. Alright, well, thanks for spitting out some facts there. Automatic switch provide a public telephone. Been popping up all over the capital in the last few years. Maybe I could save my games over there and swap out some gear. It hasn't been very long since you came to Mr. Narubi's place, right? Did you know about that? Mind filling me in?
Well, no.
Oh, of course I'm talking about the old family mansion in the hills of Yoraiku. I'm the one that's...
Come now.
No, I'm not falling for that. I am a model of discretion. Well, well, so you say. Boring though it may be, an ordinary life's best. I don't want to be cursed. The scent of blood there. I'm so glad I wasn't born into that family. Scent of blood, eh?
Detective.
Is that so? Yep. Thanks for telling me there, genius.
Hey, is that schoolboy looking at us? Is he flirting? Should we flirt back?
He looks like he can get any girl he wants with a face like that. He's just messing with us. Don't make eye contact.
Right. Like I don't know what's really on your mind.
Well, let's find out. I'm hungry. I wish that boy there would offer to treat me to something. He has such a beautiful face, like a prince in a fairy tale. He's my type to a T. I think I might be stuck on him.
Hey, is he flirting?
He looks like he...
Right.
Such is the curse of popularity. Seems like something went down at Ushikomi-Gari Bridge last night. Detective Cosmo's over there now. Wonder what happened. Well, might as well poke and prod a bit.
You, over there. Yeah, come here a minute.
I suppose he means us? Who is that man?
Well, let's find out.
Oh, Raidou. It's you. Sorry about that. I thought you were someone else.
Detective Kazama. I should have known. If he's involved, you can bet something's about to go wrong.
Move along, Raidou. I have no business with you. Look, I'm on a stakeout, okay? I'm busy. I knew he'd slip up sooner or later, but actually kidnap...
Speaking of slipping up...
Raidou, lovely weather out here today, isn't it? Yes, sirree.
Oh my god.
First he stops us, then he wants us gone, and now he's hiding something? Sounded like he was about to say kidnapping, right? Perhaps the police are looking into the missing girl. Raidou, teach this piker a lesson, and find out what the police know about that kidnapping. Devil summoner style, of course.
Of course. And luckily I got just the demons for the job. I bet all that running around town makes you thirsty. Alright, so hit the spot guaranteed. How about some for your cat and your friend? Wait, what? 1, 2, there's just you and the cat. What am I saying? Yeah, no, you must be seeing things. Well, ice is nice, but I could go for a nice drink of water. Would you believe I'm 43 years old? 43 is still young, right? I have a chunk of our all-natural ice as part of my daily routine. Our ice is the secret of my youth. Sure, bud. Oh. And there goes the cat again. Screw it. And the cat's gone again. All right. Well, anyways, back to business. Kazuma, or the police rather, seems to know something about the girl's kidnapping. Raidou, go on, use your demon's abilities to find out what he's hiding. Let's see. Note from Koto. Here, I've copied the instructions you received during your trial of for ease of access should you wish to recall the flow of that battle. Yeah, well, let's see. Investigation skills. Let's see. Ignite kindles a fire, figurative or literal, within the target. Exclusive to Pyro Order demons. Cool down cools the target down, often freezing it for Frost Order. Inspect reveals hidden objects with a flash of lightning, or to Volt Order demons. Scout identifies demons in the area, as well as the number of blue or red crystals and items on the ground that may have yet to be picked up. Exclusive to Wind Order demons. Use Force moves heavy objects using inhuman physical strength for Fury Order. Pagan lets you read minds. Demonstrate. Let's see. Activates upon a certain number of moon phases passing after the user has been summoned to the field. To restore allies' HP or mag, boost stats, or transform an item. Exclusive to Skill Order demons. And Fly. Let's see. Allows for investigation of areas typical for humans and cats to reach. Not exclusive to any particular order. Usable by flying demons. Sneak. Let's see. For small demons. Intimidate. Let's see. Manifest an aura that discourages demon encounters until the next new moon. Not exclusive to any particular order. Usable by refined demons. Provoke. Encourages demon encounters. Usable by fear-mongering demons. And Allure captivates the target. Usable by seductive demons. Let's see. Detective Kazuma. Let's see. Favorite food, beer. A detective in the Tokyo Police Department. Ranked sergeant. He seems to be an old acquaintance of Narumi. Distinctively arrogant, stubborn, and ill-tempered, but credit where it's due, he's climbed the ranks by putting in the work in the field. Still, the younger generation of the Taisho era find his type to be quite a nuisance. We modern detectives usually cooperate with the police in investigations. The police take the lead, and detectives offer assistance as requested. However, Kazuma exhibits annoyance with independent detectives, and perhaps due to his excessive pride as an officer, would rather police handle investigations on their own. Yeah, I don't need Batman. I can do things fine on my own. Yeah. Well, as long as he continues to provide us with useful info, we can put up with his attitude. Let's just say he's overflowing with spirit when it comes to his job. Yeah, sure. Let's be diplomatic about that. Alright, well, it's getting a little late with all the tutorials and all that. Sorry about that, folks. But, hey, a detective's job is to be rather thorough. Alright, so yeah, gonna call it a day, and next time we'll pick Kazuma's brain and see what's going on in there. So, till next time, folks, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see ya. Bye-bye.